afternoon, evening, whenever this video finds you. This is the good old friend, Dr. Cortez D. Sims, your mental health coach, behavioral health clinician, I should say, and practitioner, of course, by practice and going deeper with the formalities of this area and industry of behavioral health. I like to spend some time here and deal with a very, very strong subject that we deal with as humans. I thought I'd give it a couple of minutes for a couple of people to chime on, but if not, I'm not going to spend a lot of time with this subject, but this subject is very timeless because as long as you're human and you have feelings and emotions and things of such nature, it is definitely a powerful topic. And I just want to talk about for just a couple of minutes today, how pride, Pride, don't let pride represent who you are. Pride is such a strong topic. Being prideful, too much pride. Can't let your pride get the best of you, or something that you have that's not good to demonstrate, because pride does a lot of things. Pride has a lot of angles to it, and many people hate to deal with that, but that's what's really speaking. And we have to make sure that it's not representing who we are. Some of us haven't spent a lot of time with discovering who we are by surrendering who you are, and coming to some knowledge of these might be the things that came with my DNA. These might be some of the things that has came with the education, the teaching that I've been raised with, or I've been raised to come up with other people, or from my guardians, legal, foster, single parent, full home, mom, dad in the house, aunties, uncles, whatever way it was brought up with you. Everyone has a different story. But I guarantee you that pride was definitely operating somewhere with that thing, because we wouldn't have certain subject matters like secrets. We wouldn't have things that we want to sweep underneath the rug. We wouldn't have things that we wouldn't want to confront or get to the root of the matter. In my practice, I deal with people that I would like to, let's get down to the nitty gritty, as we said. Let's get down to the bottom line. Let's get down to the root so we can really pull out of the ground, or really get to the bottom of this thing. And so we'll know not to revisit these things unless you want to be ongoing and have an ongoing routine way of dealing with life and deal with cycles and stuff, and nothing is ever broken. And in the midst of doing that, we're teaching people around us that this may be the way of life, or maybe the way that we want to live. And that's not really, really proper, which also keeps producing dysfunction. So when we deal with pride is something that I wouldn't suggest that we should not let it keep representing us. In other words, don't let it speak for you. Don't let your pride speak for you, because pride does a lot. Pride will, oh my goodness, pride will rob you from different things. Pride will rob you from being healed. Your pride will rob you from getting the answers that you deserve to have, that will bring resolution. Pride will keep you from servicing. It would keep you from humbling yourself. It would keep you from asking questions. It would keep you from just getting things done in your life. There's another level of pride. Pride also have different other branches that I want to deal with very, very quickly. Pride also deals with things that's more egotistical, your ego. Pride keeps you from telling people, hey, I need help. Pride would tell people that would keep you from telling people, or even telling yourself, that I'm not that good of a person in this space. Pride has a way to rob you from saying, hey, I really need to ask people to forgive me from the way I've been acting out. I don't represent the family name very, very well. And pride will also tell people to, well, you should just go ahead and get over it. And then, make sure people get on my level. Well, what level is that? What level is it? So when you have pride operating, pride will have a way to present and speak in your face and be like, yeah, I just can't see myself telling people that I love them. So I read this thing about ego. Ego is speaking, which is a level of pride. Will say, hey, if I don't know how to tell you that I love you, pride is working, because I can't let you see that I have a soft side of me. I can't let you see that, I think about you more than I even want to. Telling somebody that I love you is a level of pride, because my pride can't display that there's a side of me that really do loves. which is really God. Why wouldn't you want to expose that God is talking through me? Oh my goodness. Pride also will dispel you from, I miss you. I love you. I can't stop thinking about you. And I just want to be around you because something about you makes me sharp. So don't let pride speak for you and represent who you are. What if you discover that, hey, I'm the type of person that I like to get out there, I like to have fun, but my pride would not let me let everybody know how I really, really get down because I don't want nobody to know these other things about me. But what if this other thing exposes you? And you're right about that, Dr. Blache, because fear and pride are those other levels of it. Because fear goes, if I tell you this, it's going to make me vulnerable, which means that I'm going to have to expose that I'm not who I say I am. So I fear that you may not redeem. I wouldn't say redeem. I would not esteem you in such a way. So yes, it is a mask. Fear will also says, it may disqualify me. My assumption is, but see, that's the thing. Nothing has proven that. And even after people who are listening, because remember, we have to also consider the audience that we're talking to. If we're talking to a few people who didn't spend any time with these areas of pride, ego, and fear, then of course you're going to get those results because they don't know any better. And that makes them ignorant. They want to ignore something that they need to be educated on. But also pride does a lot of speaking, you guys. Pride speaks and says stuff like this. It will speak to your next set of decisions if you don't really deal with pride. Pride will also speak to you to tell you that you have a level of self-righteousness because you feel like if people didn't do the decisions that I think that should be of our best interest, then you're wrong for that. And so you have too much pride to say, hey, you know what? I never looked at it from your point of view. Let me just think about this thing, because if I go on to think that I made a better judgment or I made a better decision than you, then there's still a level of arrogance, which is a prideful way to execute your thought process. All right. Pride will also speak and will also kind of dictate to you when you should forgive and if you shouldn't forgive, or the need to forgive. Hey, you know what? I need to forgive some people for doing these things, or I need to forgive myself. And I got too much self-pride to forgive me for the things I put myself through. I'm the one that went out there and got angry and raised my gun, or I'm the one who feel like I need to pay some people back. As if you all of that, or as if you got that much power. You don't have that much time in life, period. So when pride is speaking, you cannot, you need to spend some time with dispelling pride. I will also say this real quick. Did you also know that pride will also rob you from reconciling with people that you really love? There's some people that people secretly love and secretly can't wait to be around and want to hang out with, but their pride level will not allow them to hang out with them. Well, why? Because they don't want nobody to know that I still feel this way about you, or I was thinking about you. But what about if they was on their dying bed and they had a coma and they can't hear and they don't have the activities of all of their capacities, all their sensories to really be alarmed that somebody's thinking about them? Now you really wish that I would have told them while they was alive. Why? Well, why didn't you do that when they were alive? Your pride. Your pride robs you from so much stuff. Did you also know, lastly, that pride is a level of being shy? In other words, when people say, hey, I'm shy, did you know that shyness or being shy is a level of pride? Let me explain. Because when I heard it like this years ago from one of my mentor friends, I said, good Lord, that's a good point. When people shy away from something, that's their pride. Because I shy away from things. I tell you that I'm shy because I don't want to reveal that I'm either I don't have the ability, or I'm not educated. I have a big level of weaknesses when it comes to that, or I'm not as strong in that area like that. So I shy away from it because my pride won't allow me to expose those areas about me, because I don't want you guys to think that I don't have it together. Versus saying, Lord, in your private moments, you say, well, Lord, teach me your old ways, oh Lord. Or you say, hey, I'm around some people, open the door so I can be taught, because I need to be intimidated by the stuff that I don't know. Those are really blanket boards for you to be able to say, now I'm in an area that I can be coachable and taught. So this is not the time for my pride to raise up. Now, because I don't want nobody to know that I really don't know nothing of what I'm doing. But those are the most educated moments in the world. If that's the case, ladies and gentlemen, then we should never have schools. We should never go to any type of form of education. We should never go to the next grade level because everybody started at a ground level of zero. Everyone started at a ground level of being dumb. Dumb means I just do not know. And that is not the time to pick up the word pride and be like, I don't want nobody to know that I don't know. That is crazy. Well, how are you going to ever go to the next dimension of growth, prosperity, and abundance if you spend your time being prideful? And this is why I'm going to say to you, if you can share this to anyone that you know, let them know that, hey, there's somebody who's talking about this area. This might be working. This might be robbing you from so much. Oh, my goodness. This might be robbing you from the next phase of your next growth. You might have some areas of pride that you don't want to confront. You don't want to have to deal with that. Pride cometh before destruction, but a haughty spirit comes before fall, right? Pride comes before destruction. So before you destruct yourself or you go get into a long list of things that you get yourself in, your pride won't allow you to be humble. And when you have to humble yourself, and that's the work that you need to do for you, this will allow you to get educated, to get refueled, to get taught to say, hey, I'm at my weakest point today. I'm not doing that well. That's when pride is not operating. Now God is representing the person you are. See, that's the genuine person that I need to look for. That's the person who keeps it 100. That's the person that keeps it real. That's the person that I can work with because they are pliable. They are flexible. They are teachable. They are coachable. But if you ever get to a point in your life that you don't seem like you can learn from anybody, your pride is working. Your ego will not allow somebody. And then you say, no, I won't even give you the pleasure. You ever hear people say that? I wouldn't even give you the pleasure to even know that I need you. Well, that's ridiculous because that's egos talking. That's fear that somebody might take advantage of you, or you might be vulnerable, or you might be gullible. Ladies and gentlemen, for the last time, don't let pride represent you anymore. Don't let it speak for you because it will rob you from everything that you've been wanting to get. The things that's been promised to you, the things that you are in decisions, they're decisions that you need to make. And many of us don't want to make them because your pride is in the way. Your pride is robbing you from making the next set of decisions because it makes you have to ask questions. It makes you have to ask for help. It makes you have to ask for a loan. It makes you have to ask for assistance to get through this stuff. But you do know that you can't become prosperous without people, right? And God touches the people with a person that has a humble spirit. And I was even told by one of my mentors years ago. They used to say, well, you know that if you announce and tell people that you are humble, that you're not humble. That's the ego and that pride talking. When you have to announce it out of your mouth, you still have more work to do. So once again, pride, Pride. Do not shy away from stuff, because do you know when you shy away from stuff, when you don't want to confront that I'm not good, I may not be a good manager like I used to, I might not have it good like I used to, I probably can't cook like I used to. Some people are not even doing wifely or husband duties because you feel like you've lost your niche. You've lost your niche or your knack or your you've lost your thing you got going on that gave you some type of signature or significance. So many things around us, societal, so many things in-house, family, things next to us, co-workers, neighbors, has really, really robbed us because the pride has risen up. So I'd rather give you my prideful answer versus my humble answer. Tell you, hey, my real truth is I don't know. And I don't know what I'm doing. Do you know how powerful that is? But we feel like that takes away from us and it doesn't make us feel powerful or impactful. All of those wonderful, wonderful words. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, share this to everyone you know. Let them know, say, hey, this is not the time to be prideful. Take your pride, throw it away, and break everything in half. Break things in half that does not help you grow. It doesn't grow to make excuses. They say that excuses is a cousin to a lie. When you excuse yourself out what the truth really is. Hey, the truth is, I do have gas. I can come to your house, but I don't want to reveal to you. I don't think I'm ready to reveal to you that I'm not really, really doing that well. That's because your pride is working. Your pride is representing who you really are. All right? So ladies and gentlemen, we really, 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 really need to make humility, make love popular, make forgiveness popular. We really, really need to exercise, hey, I didn't work out in this relationship. We were not good together, but I still think about them. I miss that friend. And don't let your pride rob you from things that you could really bless somebody and tell them. You can tell them, say, hey, you know what? You were a great friend. I miss my friendship in you. This relationship wasn't good. We were not in relationship chemistry, but as a friend, you are amazing and you are great. I'm at a point in my life, if I could be transparent, that if people will accept the fact that I can tell them that they are still extraordinary to me. I love their gifts and talents. I love who they bring greatness to the world, to all the different sectors and in different areas in their life, because they are great in many things. But just because we didn't connect in one area of the relationship, then I don't want to speak to you. But let something happen and they hit your heart. Now you in secret praying with them, but your pride will not allow you to even reach them. You know, you would rather keep joining the crowds to tear down a person because I was popular and that made you feel good with your ego, in a place of being hurt and damaged. But what about when healing comes? Are you able to go back and say, hey, you know what? I said the wrong things about this lady or about this couple or this family or that company. I was in a bad place of being hurt or damaged. But I'm going to put my pride to the side and share how I really think about it. I think that they're some of the most incredible people in the world. And they are a gift to that company. They are a gift to that family or that child or that man or that woman, whatever it is. And so if I can just give you some homework and just let you guys know that I'm applying the same thing. Tell some people, say, hey, let me put my pride to the side and let some people know that, hey, you know, you are one of the most amazing people doing your thing. You're doing your thing. And, you know, and I'm loving everything that you're doing. And I recognize you and I do see you, you know, and I pray for you. I may not speak to you as much, but I'm going to put my pride to the side because I need to let you know that you became more better than me. A lot of us as parents don't even tell our children, I'm glad that you have went beyond what I've done. You want somebody to supersede or to run a better succession after you. You want somebody to be better than what you've done. Yes, I made a marker. I set a bar. But the next person after me, if I could impart to you, I'm not going to be prideful and be like, well, you know where they get it from? Well, now you want your ego stroke versus saying, hey, that's not even about me. I'm running my course. What I need to see is you even supersede me and go beyond what I've been able to display in front of you. I have not been the best this. I have not been. So put your pride to the side and bless some people. Don't let your pride continue to speak and not allow it to bless other people that can really, really, really appreciate what you've been able to represent in a great positive way. And even your mistakes and your decisions. Don't let your past decisions, your past mistakes define you. And then you don't have pride. Put your pride to the side and say, you know what? This is what I'm learning about this situation. And this is what I would like to give you as a gift. Don't be anything like I was. I've been there and done that. I can teach about that. But this is what I see about you. So I don't have any pride in this area because I really need for you to soar. I need for you to soar as an eagle. And don't be a chicken pecker or be a pecker or be the bird that nobody wants like a pigeon. You know what I mean? So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Please share with some other people. I didn't want to be lengthy with this thing, but don't let your pride rob you from the help that you need. Hey, lately I don't feel that well. I need to get to this particular place. Can you pick me up? Can I give you some money? Hey, I don't even have money to give you, but I really, really need your help. Don't let your pride rob you from things that you need to get done and things that you need to give to other people and things that you need to say to other people. Don't even let your pride get in the way for things that people need to say to you. Many of us, our pride is very high that we don't even want to even go to the doctor to see how we're really doing because we don't want to find out what could really, really be really wrong with us or right about us. Hey, your sugar level is doing good. Your blood pressure is doing good. I'm just giving some examples. But those are many, many different examples that a lot of us live by every day that we shy away from. Shyness. Remember this now. Shyness is a level of pride. Don't let shyness rob you from your decisions that you need to get done, weaknesses, inabilities, or things like that, because that's bad. And that's only because we've accepted a weakness that we think somebody is perceiving us a certain way, and, trust me, ladies and gentlemen, I used to be like that. I used to be like, well, I don't want nobody to know how bad I'm doing. Well, how do I know that they are doing worse? I realized that confessing stuff, being 100, it gave me relief. It relieved some other people. They was like, really? I thought I was the only one. And now you're able to say, really? And I was crying as a grown man. Like, wow. I thought I was the only one that missed that. I thought I was the only one who felt defeated. I thought I was the only one who didn't get my stimulus too. I'm just giving some examples of some things that I've said before. And you'd be surprised, there are many other people who don't feel free, who do not feel free at all to just express themselves. I've seen people who got so much pride that when they learn about how some other haters feel about one person that you do love, they will jump on the bandwagon of the crowd to be accepted so bad that versus them saying, you know what, you all, I'm going to have to say no to that area because I don't feel the same way about that person. This person has been amazing to me. And if that makes me stand up by myself, I stand alone. I take a shower by myself. I eat by myself. I stand alone on this side of right because my pride won't, I'm not putting my pride in the way because I do miss that person. I do love that person. I've experienced something recently watching certain people deceive each other because each other won't tell each other the truth about something. So nobody's being set free. Nobody's being made free. There's no healing going on. So they would rather just keep deceiving each other in a whole group of people. I was like, wow. So my excitement is that, God, thank you for showing me the way I probably could have been. Okay? Thank you for showing me that I'm not above that. You know, I'm not exempt from being in that type of activity. But I wish that I could say something that could liberate them because so much pride, ego, fear is happening that they're going to take those same paradigms, take those same cycles and cyclones of activity and behavior, of behaviors of just expressing themselves, thinking that they are for each other, and they're really, really not. So, yes, I would definitely say that humility needs to be very normal. Hey, I don't know what I'm doing. But guess what? As you teach me, it's going to make me even a better person, even more than what you've seen. You're not going to be 100% great in everything. You're not going to always have everything all together where you're self-sufficient. You need help. You need assistance. Last year should have really taught us you can have great jobs. They can take your stuff away from you. But guess what? If that means you need to be on EBT, if you need to have public aid insurance, if you also need to go stay with some other people, if you need to downgrade, what is wrong with that? That's still provision. You're still not out on the streets like that. And you're still not in a third world country that had it most worse off, I should say. And those are some of the most grateful people because they're just glad to have sunshine, glad to have running water, glad to have some type of provision that they don't, only God would give them. Now, if you really want to compare yourself, you can't even touch that if you live in America and you do have some provision. So don't let your pride rob you. Don't let your pride rob you and take away all the things that you can really, really have for yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great, great day. Share this with everybody that you know. If you have any of these issues that you're stuck in, whatever, please contact me, inbox me. I would love to give you a free consultation so I can walk you through it and kind of hear you out to let you know that let's go ahead and deal with that so we can go to the next phase of prosperity in your life that God wants you to have for you and that you desire to have for yourself. Don't allow nothing to rob you from progressing. You know, the time is now. It's your time. It's your time to prosper and to be in good health, even as your soul prosper. Your soul consists of your mindset, your willingness, and your emotions. We really, really want to get that thing healthy before we go ahead and connect it to somebody else who doesn't deserve old baggage and old prideful things because you can't get over and you can't allow your image to be tarnished. You know, I don't want nobody to see the side of me. Well, you see those sides of you. You should be enough. Okay? You should be enough to be like, I don't like these things about me. And so let me deal with these things until they're healed, until I have some answers, until I have some resolution. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, pride. There's some people who are too prideful to even say, hey, I assumed that you was this person and I need to I need to do something different. Yeah. There's some people that you could really say, hey, I didn't do that very well. And I judge you in a bad place of error. I was in a bad place. So I put you in a bad category. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions or concerns, I would love to help you. I will give you a couple of minutes of a free consultation. Inbox me whenever you want to. And if you need to go further, I have a couple of packages that I could definitely help you, very affordable. But I'm not doing this for that. I'm doing this because I really want to help people out. And people need to have a continual coach to walk them through these things. Because coaches deals with your potential, deals with your progression, we deal with your prosperity. All right? Love you very much. And have a great, great weekend. Hope this Thursday thought was very, very helpful for you. So remember, I keep saying this over and over and over because I don't want you to lose sight of it. Pride Don't let pride rob you. All right. Don't let it represent the person that you are. And if you came into any discovery of who you are, don't let your pride raise up now. This is not the time for that, because it will keep you from the next phase of your next phase of promotion. All right. Some of you guys are too prideful to be like, oh, I don't want to borrow this money from this person. Well, what if God told them and they was waiting for you to say it? Because people are not going to volunteer every time and be like, hey, I was wondering if you're going to come on over here, come and get this money that I was thinking about. You don't know that yet. You need to humble yourself and ask, and it shall be given unto you. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and the doors of opportunity shall be open. ASK. Ask, seek, knock. Ask. All right? Take care. God bless you.